Hi, this is JP Morgan. Today on the Slanted Lens, I'm going to show you how to make a dramatic studio portrait even though we're outside here on location in the midst of bright sunlight. So let's get started and see what we can do. If you're going to grow in your business, you've got to get some help. You've got to get help from mentors and people who can help you grow. I can do that for you. Go to theslantlens.com, sign up for our business material. It'll help change your life. You can sit and think about business, or you can do something about it, and it's time to do it. So we've been doing some great environmental portraits here of Keith on his motorcycle, but now we're going to change it up and show you how to make a dramatic portrait, almost like a studio lit portrait, even though in the midst of all this sunlight. I tell my students all the time, carry with you a black and a white. This has got a white inside, but this is one of those 7-1 reflectors that PhotoFlex makes. I love these because I've got a black background and I've got a white background. They're also great reflectors, but they can be backgrounds if you need them to be. This is extremely useful when you're doing any kind of editorial work. If you're going to shoot a portrait of an executive, and you just want something that looks more studio, you can quick white background in there, a great black and white shot, looks fabulous. This gives you an option to change the look up no matter where you're at. So let's see how we set up the lighting on this. I want to get rid of all ambient light in this situation so I can have complete control and light him with my strobe. So I'm going to use the exposure triangle, the 3 things that I can control with my camera. Number 1, we've got ISO. ISO is going to affect my ambient the same as it's going to affect my strobes. 100 ISO is great. I like it low because it's going to give us the best quality. So it's going to affect both of them. That one's almost not part of the equation. Number 2 is the shutter speed. Push your shutter speed to as fast as your camera will allow you to go before it starts to clip the strobe. So on the Canon, it's going to be 1/200th of a second. That's going to give you the least amount of ambient light. Then I'm going to put my strobe on full power and take a strobe meter reading. This will probably be at least 2 or 3 stops brighter than the ambient. I'm going to set my aperture on this reading. That should have crushed most of the ambient that we have in this scene. To test this, I'm going to take a shot without strobes at 100 ISO, 1/200th of a second at f11. I should have a black frame or almost completely black frame without much ambient in it at all. Now if there's just a little bit of light still showing on your person, I threw up a little bit of a translucent just to kill the light a little more on him, but quickly that wasn't needed and we were able to crush the light without it. You now have a clean canvas you can start the light in. If you have a little bit of background showing through, then just simply put your black background behind him. That'll clean anything else up that's left back there. Now at this point you can turn your strobes on, take your exposure, you can start to shoot away. I've got my box in there, I've tilted it up a little bit. I like to work my light around behind him, away from him a little bit. That gives nicer light on his face. I just like the fall off. It feels like a gorgeous kind of dramatic portrait, one light portrait you do in the studio. Just by simply controlling the ambient light around me, you can get right to it, you can shoot some beautiful images. I'm using a Tamron 85mm lens for this shot. I mean, I like that range, 85 to 100, maybe a little over 100 depending on the person and their face, but that's the range I want to be in with my lens. I really like that 85 is a beautiful lens for doing these kinds of portraits. So now let's take a look at some of the portraits we shot of Keith. Being able to get this kind of dramatic look on location is a really useful thing. If you're doing stuff for an editorial piece, for an executive, if you're out with a bride, you can change the look up almost immediately. Just jump in there, get a different shot, something the bride's going, wow, I've never seen anything like that, and it's fast to do and it's simple to do. So bring something black, something white, a reflector you can pop in there, be able to give yourself a different look almost immediately. It's a simple thing to do. When people say to me, I can't shoot, I don't have a studio, we just shot a studio shot out here on location, a dramatic one light portrait out on location. So share some of yours. Go to our community group and share some of the portraits you've done using this technique. Keep those cameras rolling, keep on clicking. Giveaway Giveaway here in July. I just texted all my friends. Get over to theslantlens.com and sign up today. Make sure you subscribe to the Slanted Lens. Join our gang. You can ride the winds of photography. You can be out on the road with us doing our photo thing. The photo bandits, the photo guys, the guys in the photo guy gang.